Hi everybody, it's Sean and Catherine with Monorail Central here, and today we're going to be reviewing lunch at the Roundup Rodeo, the newest restaurant here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's 10:45 in the morning. We're going to be one of the first ones to eat here today, so stick around and hear our thoughts. Roundup Rodeo BBQ is the newest restaurant at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Located within Toy Story Land, this restaurant serves up family style barbecue dishes that are all you can eat throughout your entire lunch or dinner. Each meal is $45 per adult, $25 per child, or if you are using the Disney dining plan, it is 1 table service credit per person. At the time of this recording, Roundup Rodeo BBQ does not accept any of the discount programs available, so if you are DVC, an annual pass holder, or a Disney Visa card holder, you will not be able to apply any discounts towards your final bill. We were the first group to enjoy lunch during our day trip in February of 2024, so please enjoy our review of the Roundup Rodeo BBQ.
Hi everyone, future Sean and Catherine here. We took our day trip down to Orlando around 2 weeks ago. We didn't really have time on the day of to film in the Roundup Rodeo BBQ, so we wanted to come back, sit down with you, and talk about our experience with this brand new restaurant.
Our first course of the meal was bread service and salads. The bread service at Roundup Rodeo BBQ was the Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits with sweet pepper jelly. These were immaculate biscuits, I must say.
These were so good. I'm waiting for the moment that we are able to go back and I can have these again.
I cannot wait to have these biscuits again. If you've ever had Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay biscuits, this blows those biscuits out of the water. Mm-hmm. They were fantastic. And the red pepper jelly that goes with them was also really savory.
I did not try the sweet pepper jelly, but Sean did say it was really good.
It was really good. It was one of the most savory things I've probably had in Disney in a long, long time. 2 thumbs up, 100%. And the good news is you can ask for more and it comes at no extra cost. You can get unlimited biscuits throughout your meal, which is very dangerous.
So after our biscuits came out, we had our salad course, which was the Rootin' Tootin' tomato salad and Wheezy's watermelon salad.
You get both salads as part of your service during your meal. The watermelon salad 100% was the star of this, even though salad is a very loose term in this case. It was just watermelon and mint. That's all it was. But you know what? I'm not complaining. I love watermelon. This watermelon was fantastic. It was fresh, especially for being out of season in Florida. So, yeah, a really good compliment to the meal.
And the Rootin' Tootin' tomato salad is cucumbers, pickled red onion, white balsamic vinaigrette, and obviously tomatoes. Sean's not really a big tomato fan. I'm not that big of a tomato fan either, but I did try a few of the tomatoes and they were really good.
The cucumbers in it were also really good. Catherine doesn't like cucumbers. I don't like tomatoes. So this salad really wasn't for us, but the cucumbers were really good and fresh. The vinaigrette was actually pretty good too. It wasn't really bitter like some vinaigrettes can be. But overall, the bread service and the salad service were an A+. A fantastic start to our meal. So the second course of our meal today were the Roundup Some Chow mains and the Reach for the Sides. The mains platter comes with a selection of Evil Dr. Smoked ribs, which are smoked pork ribs, Buttercup's beef brisket, there's a sausage in my boot, which is just a fire-grilled pork sausage, and barbecue chicken with style. The mains platter also came with a bowl of the Buckin' Baked Beans, which you can get with either of the entree options. Because the Buckin' Baked Beans are plant-based, you can get them with the plant-based mains option as well.
To go along with all of the meats in the main platter, you also get a selection of 3 barbecue sauces that are already on the table when you get there. There's a sweet barbecue sauce, a classic barbecue sauce, and a spicy barbecue sauce. I tried the sweet and the classic sauces. Sean tried all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. They were really good barbecue sauces. I really enjoyed the sweet barbecue sauce with the chicken and the classic with the ribs. Really well done.
I tried all 3 of the sauces, and I tried all 3 of the sauces on each different cut of meat just to see, how they fared with each other. Definitely the best combination, in my opinion, was the original barbecue sauce and the brisket. The original barbecue sauce, was just a real hearty, it felt homemade barbecue sauce. The sweet sauce kind of had a honeyness to it, which was good, but honestly felt a little too sweet.
Not to me.
Not to her, but to me it felt it was a little too sweet. The spicy barbecue sauce, it wasn't too spicy, but it was also very runny, so I don't think it coated a lot of the meat selections well. Definitely, I think the original barbecue sauce that they had there stole the show when it comes to all three sauce selections. Of all the 4 meats that we had in our meat platter, I definitely think the brisket was the best. The brisket was very moist and very tender. It fell apart in your mouth as you were eating it. The fat caps that they had with it weren't undercooked, so they just melted in your mouth. What do you think?
I'm not really a brisket person, so I'm going to disagree there. It was really good brisket, but my favorite was the chicken.
The chicken was really good. I'll give her that. The chicken was very good. It was also very moist and juicy, but the problem I had with it is that I don't think it had a lot of flavor. It wasn't gross, but it also wasn't very well seasoned. It was charred on the skin, you could see it, but you couldn't really taste the char all that much.
I think that with like a barbecue place like this, you don't want too many flavors on the meat because you're emphasizing the sauces.
I can see that. But if you're someone who's picky with sauces and you want to have the chicken,
you definitely need sauces.
Yeah,
with
you need sauces with
here.
the chicken. The ribs that they had were okay.
I liked them.
You liked them?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the ribs were a little overcooked, in my opinion. They were drier.
I think some of them were a little overcooked. The first 2 that I had were like perfectly done, but I really think that it is dependent on which like rib you get, which piece of chicken you get. There's not really a lot of consistency when it comes to the food here, but I really did enjoy the ribs.
The pork sausage, I don't remember much about.
I don't think I even had it. I saw it on the plate. I don't really like sausage, so I didn't partake. But it looked pretty good. It smelled pretty good.
It did smell pretty good, but I can't remember it these 2 weeks later, so I think that just goes to show how unmemorable the pork sausage was. But definitely, 100%, the brisket and the chicken were the 2 winners in this dish. And the good news is, throughout your meal, it's family style, so they'll keep bringing you back more items as you request them at no additional charge. So you can just keep getting brisket and chicken if that's your style.
Yeah, like, I really like drumsticks, but I don't like wings. So we ate the chicken breast and the drumsticks and had the wings left over, and they still brought me more chicken when I asked for it because I made sure I wanted another drumstick. So it doesn't matter if you still have food on the table. If the cut of meat that you want is not there, they'll bring it out for you. And you also have the option to get the cedar planked saloon salmon in addition to the meats on the platter. This has to be asked for when you're ordering your drink and dessert selection, but it does not cost you extra. It is included in the price for your meal. You just have to ask for it. They won't bring it out unless you ask for it. This is a miso glazed salmon, and it was really good. It's really easy to mess up miso glazed salmon.
Especially at Disney.
Especially at Disney. It can become a very overpowering miso flavor, but this was cooked perfectly. I've had bad salmons on Disney property. I've had excellent salmons on Disney property, but this was a really good salmon.
So, sides that you get with your meal. They are plentiful. And they are all you can eat. So, if you like one particular side, you can continue getting as much as you want. You had 5 that came with your meal. You had the buck and baked beans, which were just baked beans and like a plant-based pork, I believe. Because it tasted like pulled pork baked beans. These were okay. What do you think?
I like them. They were pretty good. I like baked beans. They weren't
too.
My favorite baked beans ever, but they were pretty good.
I like baked beans too. This one tasted a little bit too barbecue heavy, in my opinion. I don't know if it was the plant-based pork thing that they put in, but it definitely tasted a little smokier than your typical baked beans.
Our next side were the potato barrels. These are also plant-based, and they are just tater tots with some little extra seasoning, but they were really good.
Oh, these were so good.
They're a little bit different than the tater tots that you get from Woody's Lunchbox. Those don't have the seasoning on, if I remember correctly, but they were really good. I think we got 2 servings of the potato barrels because we just went through them.
And I kept picking at them, like, even in between my entrees and the other sides, I just kept picking at them. Even cold, they were so good.
Mm-hmm. I actually tried them with the classic barbecue sauce, because at some point everything is just mixing on the plate and you're eating sauces with food that maybe you weren't going to put sauces on, but the tater tots in barbecue sauce was excellent.
Mm-hmm. Tater tots were an A+ side. The next side we had was the cowpoke corn on the cob, which is just their own take on grilled street corn. This wasn't the best street corn I've ever had. The breadcrumbs that they had on it.
That's cheese.
Oh, that's...
Cotija cheese.
Just goes to show you how flavorless this street corn was. Because I thought it was breadcrumbs. It just kind of came out cold. And we were the first table of the day there.
Mm-hmm.
So to have cold corn on the cob as the first table, to me was a little bit jarring. Definitely try it, because you're going to get it whether you want it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth trying it, but I wouldn't get a second helping of this.
No.
The next side was the claw veggie slaw.
I did not eat this.
It was coleslaw. That was it.
Nothing really that memorable about it, I guess.
No. I can go to our local Acme and get coleslaw just like this in a plastic tub. It was good. It wasn't bad. It was just coleslaw.
And the final side that we had was Slinky Dog's mac and cheese. This was spiral mac and cheese with goldfish dust on top.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good.
It was really good. This pasta was made specifically for the Roundup Rodeo BBQ. And it's a little bit thicker than your typical rotini pasta, but it's also springy, like the springs in Slinky Dog. Like, you pick it up with your fork and you shake it around and kind of play with it a little bit. It bounces back and forth. It's very elastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really cool. The pasta was perfectly cooked.
Oh, yeah.
All the way through. It wasn't al dente. It wasn't overcooked mush. It was perfect. It was so good. We got another bowl of this, and we tore through the other bowl.
I think we each had like a bowl each.
We did. This...
It was so good.
It was so good. This mac and cheese was 100% made for any kids that were supposed to be there, and that was all they had in mind when they made it. But, oh my god, it was so good.
So good.
I can't remember the last time Disney made a mac and cheese that I was wowed by.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a kid's food. I'm going to go back for this mac and cheese. And then to round things up, we had the Chuckwagon desserts. You could choose one of the 5 options that they had for your dessert. For my dessert, I decided to get Gruff's Peach Strawberry Pie, which was their plant-based option. This was extremely sweet. I couldn't finish the whole thing, and it came in a little tiny mason jar, like that big.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't eat the whole thing. But it was really good. It was just overly sweet in my opinion.
For my dessert, I had Billy's Chocolate Silk Pie. It came in the same size mason jar container. So they're like mini pies for each person. And then they have Forky's mini cupcake. But the Chocolate Silk Pie was so good.
So, to wrap up our review of Roundup Rodeo BBQ, I would say this was an unexpected surprise.
It was really good.
It was really good. And I went into this expecting like this was going to be a kid-tailored restaurant, kind of like Chef Mickey's or Hollywood and Vine, where they tailor this experience to younger age children who might not care what the food tastes like, and they just leave the adults as a second thought. So the standouts of this meal were, in my opinion, the biscuits, the brisket, and the mac and cheese.
My standouts were the biscuits, the chicken, and the mac and cheese.
The one thing I didn't mention was that right now Roundup Rodeo does not offer any of the normal discount programs that other restaurants do. So there's no DVC discount, there's no Disney Visa discount, There's no annual pass holder discounts available. You're paying full price for this restaurant at the time of recording this. Now, our server said that this was only temporary because they were such a new location, so that could change in the future, but just bear that in mind if you're watching this when this video comes out. Be prepared to spend full price on everything. Everything was really good. If you had to rate this restaurant on a scale of 1 to 10, comparatively to other restaurants within this price range, it's a 9.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of places in Disney World where you can get a good value for the meal that you get, and this was fantastic. Blew it out of the water.
Definitely.
If you enjoyed this food review and would like to see more content like this in the future, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Monorail Central for more Walt Disney World content and Walt Disney World Monorail project. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all real soon.